Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. We have made it through another week. Today is a stretch and refresh class. What does that mean? That means we are going to just chill. We're going to set the tone for the day. We're going to set good intentions and just relax the mind and body with full body stretch. So let's begin in a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. You can cross your ankles or put them one in front of the other. I'm going to have you just place your hands on your knees and close down your eyes. Starting with just noticing the breath, noticing how your body feels this morning, noticing where your mind is at this morning. Keeping your eyes closed, just go ahead and take your right hand and place it on your belly. So that every time you inhale, you can feel it rise and fall when you exhale. Keeping in mind that there's nowhere else you need to be right now. There's nothing else that you need to worry about or think about. Problems from yesterday can be left in yesterday. Worries of the future are not worth thinking about. Continue deep belly breathing. And I'm going to just read a little quote to remind us about the here and now before we get started with our stretch. It says, living in the present moment is the only way to tame the mind. For the mind throws us into turmoil, thinking of the past and worrying about the future. By noticing our breath, the inner sensations of the body, the light around us, the ground beneath our feet, we begin to find ourselves in the here and now. The question, what if, ceases to plague our days and acceptance begins to flower. So I challenge you to join me today in the here and now for the rest of this class to just take this time for yourself. Go ahead and open up your eyes. We're going to begin with some seated cat-cow. So we'll round the spine on an exhale and then inhale to open up the chest, look up, and continue that using your breath. Exhaling, finding that space, and then inhaling, opening everything up. And once you've done a couple of those, let's change it into a circle. So we'll inhale, circling forward, and exhale, rounding back. Let's do about 3 in each direction. Taking your time, working out the kinks, finding those nooks and crannies that need some attention. Once you've done about 3, you can go the other way. And then we're going to take our hands onto our elbows or onto our shoulders and start to make circles where your elbows come in, up, and all the way around. Take it nice and slow. You can breathe in as you bring everything up and out as it comes down. Good. Go ahead and switch the other way, coming out and then forward. Right, take your right hand across to the back of the neck and the shoulder, down to the trap muscle, and just take like 30 seconds to just self massage tight spots. Give yourself some love there. That's where we hold a lot of tension. Maybe you drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Whatever feels good. And let's switch to the other side. And then we're going to roll through and forward into cat-cow. Come to our hands and knees to do regular cat-cows. Now inhaling to drop the belly and look up. Exhaling to round the spine. Once you feel like you're good on your cat-cows and you've had your fill, we'll come back to a neutral spine, a flat back. And you're going to alternate raising each arm and each leg with control and mindfulness. Not making it a workout per se, just opening up, stretching out the body. Really reaching that arm and leg, creating space, long, long stretch. And then come back to your tabletop. We're all going to lift our left leg out and then keep the knee where it is, but just bend the knee so that your foot is in the air. Once you're there, you're going to take your right arm out and forward and extend, and then slowly wrap it around. Take that hand to meet the foot, and with control, push each one into the other. Very, very slowly, keeping everything lifted and controlled. We'll come back to our long line and then return everything back to the ground. Maybe shake the hips side to side. And then we're going to go ahead and do that same thing with our right leg now, extending it long, bending at the knee so our foot lifts up, taking our left arm straight overhead, and then slowly wrapping it all the way around to meet the foot and pushing it into the hand. With control, release slowly back to our extended line and back down to the ground. Put our left foot back out and on the ground, pushing our heel back for a calf stretch. And then put the left foot crossed over to the right and reach the left hand over to the right to create this crescent moon shape. Back to center, and we'll switch, putting the left foot or the right foot back, trying to get that right heel down. We're going to breathe and be in the here and now. Crossing the right foot over to the left, hand over to the left for a side body stretch. And then bringing the knees nice and wide, the big toes together. We'll push the hips back and walk the hands forward for child's pose. Let's be really active with the arms today. Walking the fingertips forward, keeping them outstretched nice and long. Hands are flat, fingers are spread wide. Feeling the body's energy. We're going to come forward and slowly peeling up and bringing the left foot forward into a nice slow lunge. And then squeezing everything, squeezing the legs together almost to find that strength to lift yourself up. Big inhale, arms come up over the head, and then reach back slightly for a back bend. With the hands together, we're going to take that twist with our elbow coming to the outside of our knee. Staying long through the spine. And slowly coming back, pushing the hips back, flexing the toes up for a hamstring stretch. Breathe into it. A little trick to keep you in the here and now when you're doing a lot of these stretches is to use your inhale and then on your exhale sink just a little deeper, and keep you mindful and successful in your stretching as well. You're going to roll through and forward to a hip flexor stretch. You can be with your hands on your knees or on the ground. And then we'll slowly bring it back, slide that foot with the other, and bring the right foot in. Doing the same thing. Starting by pulling the legs together, squeezing through the inner thighs so that you have a strong foundation to lift you up on your inhale. And exhale to bend back a little bit. Keeping the hands together, now we twist knee to elbow. Pushing one into the other so that we can create that good strong twist. And slowly bring it back in. We'll push our hips back for a hamstring stretch. Remembering that every exhale takes us just slightly lower. And then roll forward into our hip flexor stretch. Try to get our hips to come down. And then we'll bring our feet back. Taking the hands down, we'll place the right hand in the center, just underneath the head. and open the left hand up to the sky on a big breath in. Take a couple breaths here, feeling that twist, open everything up. And then when you're ready, on your next exhale, we'll thread the needle through, taking that hand, palm facing up, bringing it all the way over to the right until your shoulder comes to the ground. Slowly push back into the right hand to come up all the way back to where you were. And exhale to bring the hand back down. So the transition, inhale, right hand up now. Couple breaths here. When you're ready on your next exhale, slide that hand through, really reach until the shoulder and the right ear come down to the ground. Pushing into the left hand, we're going to bring that right arm all the way up. And exhale to bring it back down. Pull yourself back onto your heels and sit on up. If that's not comfortable for you, you can sit however is comfortable. I like to just rock that to side a little bit, stretch out my toes. We're going to do equal arms. So take both arms out. We'll cross our right arm underneath our left, crossing over pretty high on the arms so that you have space to pull those hands back and maybe meet them together. If that doesn't happen, you can stay here, whatever works. I'm just trying to create that space in the upper back rather than keeping everything closed in. We're creating space, pushing those hands away, sitting up nice and tall, and you'll feel this stretch in the upper back. Breathe into it. Fill the lungs and the chest with air. One more deep breath. And then we'll slowly unravel the arms. We'll do a couple shoulder circles back before we go the other way. Do some forwards, just feels right. And then we'll bring both arms up. Now taking the left arm crossing underneath the right. Did I just do that one? Yeah, left arm underneath the right. Breathe. Sometimes it helps to make the breath audible so you can focus on it. And slowly unravel the arms. We're going to come to a seated position. So ideally, or not ideally, but this is the intention here, I can scooch my calf muscle out of the way to create space here. If that's not a comfortable seat for you, you can just bring that leg right in like this. But where we're going to go from there, if you want to meet me with your left leg up in, we're just going to start to lean back, and you can just stay right here. You can take whatever you want and leave whatever you want. This is your stretch. This is your morning. But you can come down to your forearms if that feels comfortable. If you have any pain in your knee, just leave it where you are. Don't go any further than that. This is usually where I like to stop, but if you would like to continue on, you're more than welcome to lay all the way down onto your back. And remember, If this is not comfortable for your knee, you can also be here. Whatever works. If you want to bring it all the way down to your back, that works too. Just take a couple nice deep breaths. If you're laying all the way down, you can even bring your arms over your head for a full body stretch. And then we'll slowly, with control, make our way back up and switch to the other side. Bringing it back to wherever you feel like you're comfortable. If you do want to, you can absolutely lay all the way down and bring the arms over the head. But wherever you are, we're all taking nice deep breaths. And slowly, with control, we'll begin to feel ourselves back up, coming to a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. I'm comfy cross-legged, so that's where I'll be. But if you want to sit with your legs extended, that's fine. We're going to take our right arm over our left and just walk our fingertips back for a full body hug. Serves two purposes. One, you get a hug to stretches out the upper body. It might be a minute since you've had a hug with all this quarantining. So you know you're always there for yourself. Slowly, slowly start to walk the fingers back so we unravel. We're going to take a big counter stretch, open up the chest, hands come back. And then reach it forward, left arm on top of right now, walking the fingertips back to create that big hug. And then slowly unravel. We're going to come to what's called fire log legs. So you'll bring your knee and your heel in alignment, and then we'll take that's the right foot on the ground. We'll take our left heel and place it on the knee, and our knee will be over our right heel. There's a lot of lefts and rights for 7 a.m. So there's probably going to be a good amount of space. Let it be, that's fine. Just try to breathe into it. A lot of us don't have the most open of hips, so just let it be. If you want and you feel comfortable, you can always just give a little gentle pressure here with the hand, but nobody's forcing it, we're just letting it happen. Sitting up nice and tall for a couple more breaths. And then on your next exhale, we'll fold forward just slightly. Try to keep your back flat. If you notice you're rounding your spine, you don't need to fold that far. And come on up. Bring the legs both extended out long and just shake them out. Let it be, shake it out. And then we're going to switch now, bringing our left leg in. Heel and knee are lined up. Same thing. Bringing the right heel onto the left knee. And letting the hips open up. And it's okay if you don't look like me, and if I don't look like you. We are all on our own fitness journey. and at different flexibility levels. When you're ready, you can fold forward with your flat back. And then slowly come on up. We're going to just keep our left leg where it is. Bring our right leg out so our knees near our heel and our heel is behind our knee. And push into the left hand behind you to lift the hips, push them forward, and reach back to create a back bend. Slowly release, coming down. We will get to the other side, don't worry, just extend that right leg for now. And we're gonna reach up and over to the side. So don't rush it. Don't just try to get all the way down to the ground. Take the journey, the roller coaster into this side stretch. And feel it out. Never have to push into a stretch, especially if your body doesn't want to go there. Make sure to keep the chest open. Opening up that left arm, pulling it back a little bit so that it's not falling forward. And then slowly make your way back up. We'll take our right foot in and our left foot back so that we can do our back bend on the other side, placing the right hand behind you. Left arm up, push through the hips, push them forward, open everything up, arch back, and breathe. And slowly come on down, extend that left leg, take the left hand to the hip, and reach the right arm slowly up and over as you descend into the stretch. And come on back up. Extend both legs now and start to fold forward by just walking the hands out, keeping a flat back as much as you can, stretching out the inner thighs. And then bring it forward, bring it back up. Bring the legs together. Hug the knees into the chest. And then just rock back and forth. And then when you end up back down, just let it happen. Rock side to side a little bit. Drop the knees to the right. Look to the left. Arms are out. And then bring the knees over to the other side. Look to the right. Bring the knees back into the chest and center. Give them a big hug in. Maybe you lift the upper back and then slowly release to whatever you want your final resting posture to be. We'll take a couple deep breaths to finish up the class. You can have your legs extended long. Everyone will have their palms up. If your lower back is bothering you, you can take your feet wide and let your knees fall together to provide some comfort there. We're going to finish this class breathing together, setting the tone for a positive Friday. Notice how your body feels after you gave it some attention. A good stretch, loosened up a bit. Take inventory of any location on your body where you're tensing up. Try to actively just relax. Relax the jaw, relax the forehead. Let the arms and legs sink into the ground. Feel the belly naturally rise and expand on each inhale, knowing you don't have to control your breathing. I have one more reading for you while you're laying there, allowing your body to relax. As with anything, you can take what you like and leave what you don't. This one is called Walk Slowly. It only takes a reminder to breathe, a moment to be still, and just like that, something in me settles, softens, and makes space for imperfection. The harsh voice of judgment drops to a whisper, and I can remember again that life isn't a relay race, that we will all cross the finish line, that waking up to life is what we were born for. As many times as I forget, catch myself charging forward without even knowing where I'm going, that many times I can make the choice to stop, to breathe, and be, and walk slowly into the mystery. I like that one. It reminds us to be mindful of every moment that we have. Take it slow and enjoy it. Start to deepen the breath now, taking longer inhales and longer exhales. Bring the arms overhead, stretch the legs out long, take a big breath in, and out the mouth, sigh it out. One more time. Big stretch, full body stretch. Exhale, sigh it out. Let it go. Go over onto your favorite side. Take a breath or two. And then slowly use the hands to push the body up. Head comes up last, coming up to a seat. And when you're ready, you can flutter your eyes open. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Namaste. It's been wonderful having you. Hope to see you soon and that you have an awesome day and an awesome weekend and you walk slowly. See you guys. Thanks for coming.